Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Crystal and I am back with another video. So in today's video I'm bringing you guys a mommy video. I plan to do a bunch of these videos already, but I've been a little behind with things. So today's video is gonna be basically my favorite products so far as a first-time mom. And I know there's babies being born every day, there's new women becoming moms every day, and I know that I basically went to YouTube for a lot of the questions I had and a lot of things that I wasn't sure about and a lot of recommendations. So I figured this would be a good video to do, just to recommend some of the products that me as a first-time mom who absolutely knew nothing there was to know about having a baby for the first time and all of that. These are some of my favorite products that I have come across so far, and I thought that it would be helpful just to share for all the other mommies out there, mommies soon to be, or if you already have your baby and you're looking to basically get certain things for them, then I would highly recommend these products that I am about to mention in today's video. So definitely give today's video a thumbs up and subscribe to your girl's channel if you want to see more mommy videos like this. Let's get into today's video. So I have a list that I basically made on my phone just so your girl can stay organized, because otherwise it will be chaos, okay? So I'm just gonna go based on the list I have, go one by one. There are some products that I'm gonna mention in today's video that I don't physically have here because my son has already outgrew them, and I've basically put them away in storage just to pass on, you know, if one day your girl has another baby. I will put a picture of those products on the screen so you guys can kind of get an idea of what it is I am talking about. So the first thing that I have on my list here is the hand teether. So when your child gets to the teething stage, their gums become I don't know if it's itchy or whatever the case may be, because obviously they're gonna start teething and the teeth is trying to come through, so it's super painful and they tend to just want some type of relief, so they tend to munch and kind of chew their gum onto things, everything literally goes in the mouth. So it's really good to get them teethers that basically will stimulate their gums for the growing process, as well as soothe the pain that they're getting while the teeth is poking through. Basically, there was one teether in general that really caught my eye. It was very different. Obviously, it's my first time being a mom, but I do have nephews, so there's certain things that I have seen done before, and I just sort of knew what a standard teether was. But this particular guy right here that I purchased on Amazon, this is what it looks like. I just want you guys to see. So it's basically a teddy bear shape. I don't know if those come in other shapes or other characters. This is the one that I got, and basically it has the two little hands right here, and then it has this little circle situation going on down here. Basically the whole purpose of this is silicone, so it's soft. As you can see, it's very movable, so you can actually put it in the freezer, let it get cold, because obviously the cold soothes their gums a lot and it helps with the pain that they're having. But this little guy is basically supposed to fit into your toddler's hand. Their hand is supposed to go through it, and basically their fingers are supposed to go around it and sort of hold onto it, and then they can just sort of nibble in whatever direction they want. So basically it's a very good teether in terms of sensory, because they get to actually use their hands and all of that, as well as basically using it as a teether, and they get to nibble and munch on it, and it's super soft. My son was obsessed with this. I could not get him to use any teethers until we got him this. This is very different. This is just a really soft type of material. You can basically sterilize this with bottles or anything else, but I thought it was super cute, super different, and the fact that my son fell in love with it, basically obviously it tells you that it works. Of course every baby's different, but definitely I would say give this guy a try. Next thing I have on my list is a Lovey This was something that I wanted to introduce to my son. I just knew that he was gonna love just having a little animal or a little, you know, stuffed toy or something that he could just take with him everywhere. Plus I think the name is so cute, Lovey, you know. Oh, my husband heard me talking about it for a while, and I said, oh, I don't care, this is something that I wanted to get him myself. But my husband was in Target and he basically came across this guy here and he was able to purchase it for our son. So this one is actually a sloth. It's super cute looking, and I like it because it's just so boyish. The blanket is blue and white, has the little sloth hands right here, and obviously the head and all that, and it's super soft and very comfy and snuggy. My son loves this. I introduced this to him sort of when he was able to start like grabbing stuff and all of that. Even before then I would put it like next to him, you know, in his like rocker and all of that. So he's been using this guy ever since, and he's gonna be a year soon. So these little guys are really cool. It's sort of like a comfort thing, and they get super attached to it. But I think this is like, whoever came up with this idea, I think this is a really cool idea. Next on my list is a laying piano. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what I call it. It's a piano toy that is super versatile. When your baby is of a smaller age, it comes with a mat that you could lay them down on, and the piano is towards the end of their feet, and they can sort of kick, you know, as they're trying to get into their movement and all of that. So that's a great way to keep them occupied and have them learning and listening to sounds and all of that stuff at the same time. But as they get older, which my son now is older, you can completely switch that around and you can make it a sitting piano where the mat can be removed, and now he can actually interact with the piano itself. So it's something that kind of you can use from the time they're small to as they get older. I will put a picture on the screen of this one because I do have it here, but it's like literally all the way on that top shelf, and I really don't feel like going all the way up there to get it. But I'll put a picture so you guys can kind of get an idea of what it is I'm talking about. So that's another product that I find super helpful. It does come with a little circle mirror on the top, so as your baby is getting more in tune, they get to, you know, see themselves, even though, you know, in my culture, like a baby seeing themselves in a mirror is like off limits for a certain amount of time. But it comes with all these little cute, cool features. The mat itself comes with this, which has these two little knobs. It gets hooked in, so this hangs over on the opposite side of the piano. So there's all these little cute little toys here that they could play with. They could try to reach when they're laying down and they're really not into, you know, when they're still young and they're not moving as yet, and even up into as they're crawling and, you know, just developing and building on their skills of movement and everything like that. So this is super cute. My son still plays with this, but as you can see, it's detached from the piano because he wreaks havoc on this. Like, he literally takes it out, you know, has it playing all over the place, so it's always detached now. But yeah, so soon he's probably not gonna really be into this anymore, but this is a really cool product to get for your child. My husband was really into this one, so we got it, and he's enjoyed it ever since. And it's a great way to soothe them in the beginning. It plays music, there's different volume levels. Like I said, I think my favorite part is the piano part, that when they're laying down and they're smaller, like they have the movements of their legs and it's tapping the piano and playing sounds as they're moving. So it's a super cool toy, or a developmental toy to get them in the beginning. Okay, next thing on my list are the black and white card. I'm pretty sure you guys have probably heard of these, but these are basically cards that help stimulate your child's vision, and it teaches them color and basically just vision skills early on. So I got these, we got these from Amazon. So it's black on one side and then white on the opposite side with an image on it. So when our son was first born, we would put this basically in his bassinet. So, you know, even though they can't see in the beginning, this stimulates the imagery and just helps them overall with their eye development. So it's a great thing to kind of put around. My husband would basically place them all over on the changing table, in the bassinet, on the bed when he was with us, just so wherever he moved or whatever movement he did, like he would kind of catch a glimpse of these as he was growing. So I think once he got to a certain age, we stopped doing it, but the whole point of these is basically to stimulate their eyes. I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you guys all the medical reasoning behind it. I'm trying to explain as best as I can. You can definitely do your research and find out, but this was something we had on our registry because this was like a must. So you can definitely pick yourself up these black and white cards. These are really, really great. Next on my list, I have a flower sink shower. So this is basically, it's shaped like a flower, but it's a bath pod type of thing that goes in your sink in the kitchen to bathe your baby as they're smaller. Obviously when they get to a certain age, like my son, when he got to a certain age, he was basically not small enough to fit in the sink anymore comfortably, because with this flower pod thing, it's literally a flower. It's like it's picture your baby sitting in the middle of a flower, like literally sit in the middle of the flower. That's basically what that is, but it's basically a bath pod to put in the sink. So he would sit in there so comfortably. Obviously when they're first born, they're tiny, they're small, so you could just basically sit them in there, and it's a way more comfortable and everything. As they get older, their legs grow longer. Eventually, depending on your baby, the sink is not gonna be too comfortable anymore leg wise, and they start to reach for the soap, and they start to reach for the sponge, and maybe a dish in the other side of the sink. So at some point you learn as a parent when obviously they've outgrown it, but that is a really, really great thing to get in the beginning, because obviously, you know, they're small, you can't use the shower as yet, you can't use the baby tub as yet, so the sink is your best friend in the beginning. So I will put a picture here on the screen of what it is I am talking about, but this is a great thing to get. It's super soft and plush. So basically, after I would use it for my son for shower, I would literally pop it in the washer with his detergent, and I would wash it and put it to dry, and basically place it on his changing table on the shelf for next bath time use. So it is of a plushy material, sort of like a pillow, and I would say that obviously when you're done it's gonna be wet, so you have to be very, very diligent with this one in terms of being on top of the cleansing part of it. Like, you have to make sure that it's washed after, dried thoroughly, otherwise you don't want it to stay wet, because we all know what happens when you have wet clothes that basically sit around for a long time. It's gonna be all stinky, and now we're talking about your newborn baby. Their skin is so sensitive and all of that, so you want to be super careful in that aspect. But other than that, it's a great thing to use. Like I said, if you basically wash it after every use, you will be fine. There's no issues. So that is something that is great to get them in the beginning. I think we also had this on our registry. I have another bath thing that basically is on the list as well, so I'm just gonna go through that one next. I think that was the next one anyway. I called it a gray rinser. I really don't know what these are called. Like I said, I will put the images on the screen. This one I believe was from Target or Amazon, I'm not sure, but this one is basically, it was angled this way. It's sort of like a bathing product to put your baby on, so it would lay them down on there. Obviously this is for when your baby is smaller and when they're first born, and this one basically is something for the actual countertop. So you can put it on top of your countertop right before the sink, and it could angle into the actual sink, and the water would basically just automatically go downwards because it's already angled in that position. And it had it's basically a tub situation, but it had that angle, and it had a silicone texture in the middle, so So it was super comfy for your baby just to lay them on there. You can basically wash the important parts and then sort of just rinse them out and then put them in a towel and it's done. So I would use that on occasions where I didn't want to really where it was just like a quick rinse. So that's why I call it a rinser. So I would put my son in there, like, you know, maybe if he had like a messy diaper or something like that. I wanted to give him a quick rinse out, that, you know, not just with a wipe down. I wanted to rinse him out, so I would use that, you know, sort of just rinse him out really quickly and then dry him up and put clothes on him again. The flower pod, that's more for if you want just to have them in there just for a little longer than just a rinse. You know, you probably want to, you know, sort of give them a nice little spa type of bath. In the beginning, I believe my doctor recommended to only bathe him every couple of days, so it's not like an everyday thing. But whenever we did give him a bath, I would use the flower pod, and then in between when we wanted to do a quick rinse or anything like that, then I would basically, you know, do the rinser, because that's something that could just be wiped down. Whereas the flower pod, like I said, was a plushy material and you actually had to wash it, so it took a little more effort with that. So but I would definitely suggest getting both, because like I said, they could be used for different reasons, and it's super helpful to just have something when you have the little bit of time in the beginning, just to be one and done. So the rinser is really great for that. If you feel like you're somebody who would probably prefer that more than the flower pod, then go ahead and do that, because obviously the baby's gonna outgrow it anyway. They're also gonna outgrow the rinser, because now my son is in an actual tub in the bathroom. But it's cute to have these things in the beginning, because obviously you're tired, but you have so much to do in the beginning, so this will sort of limit your time and make things a lot easier for you. Next on my list, I have the 4Moms rocker. I was super excited about this one. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have heard of the 4Moms rocker. 4Moms is a really great company. The rockers are on the pricey side. I believe the one we had, that one was gifted, but I believe it was almost $300. So obviously there's other more affordable rockers out there that you can get. You don't have to spend that much money on a rocker. You know, like I said, we got that one as a gift. But I believe that product is recalled now due to some cord situation on the bottom, which is super sad. I believe that the newer versions don't have that cord situation, but the one that we have, I guess that one applied as the one that had the little cord situation in the bottom. And the brand is still good, so I would say if you still want to get that, just obviously all of the old ones have been recalled, so definitely, you know, look into the product that you're getting, because obviously the company somehow bypassed the little strap on the bottom, and unfortunately someone's baby, you know, got hurt that way. But I think the brand itself is still good. That rocker was very helpful, more when the baby is just born. It has all these different features to rock them. You have car ride, you have rocker, you have swing. You can basically bring up the speed, bring down the speed. You can also attach a device and play music through there if you have a specific playlist that you want to play for your baby, so you can do that as well. And it also has an app that you can control the rocker itself through the app on your phone without actually having to bend down and click the buttons yourself. Overall, it's super helpful, but like I said, do your due diligence, do your research, make sure you know what you're getting.
Okay, so I just wanted to give an update with the 4Moms rocker. So I actually received an email from the company offering to provide a solution to be able to take care of the cord that's hanging on the bottom. So basically, if you have the product that was recalled, they came up with a way to basically put the cord away so babies don't have access to it. So I actually believe that I will basically write them back and find out how they can send me that product piece that they came up with to basically take care of that situation. I really like the rocker, so if there's a way to basically make it safer, and not have to get rid of it, then I'm all for that. But obviously it's your decision as a parent what you want to do. But I'm happy they actually even came up with a way to prevent this from happening again. So just wanted to let you guys know that update on that.
Next on the list, I have the fruit teether. So I have 2 of these for my son. This is one of the first ones that we decided to use with him. So basically, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this. This is silicone, so this is soft. As you can see, it's easily pushed. It has this little circle piece right here, so when your baby gets to the point where they're teething, they're gonna be able to grab. Obviously every baby grows at their own pace, but basically you would put fruit in here, and then it has like basically this twist off part, so it detaches. You would fit the fruit in here. You know, I normally would crush it up for my son just so he can get the juice aspect of it, and then you would basically close this up. And basically this right here has little holes, so the juice from whatever it is that you place in there would come out through the holes, and your baby would be able to suck on it and basically, you know, taste different fruits and different things that way. This is also great as a teething aspect as well. So yeah, this is a great one to get. There's different versions of this, so I would definitely suggest you get one of these when they start teething. Next product on my list is the foot rattle socks. Basically it is these socks, so they're basically socks, as you can see, but they have this little character in the front. They have this little character right here in the front, but it has a little rattle, so it has the little bells on the inside. So basically, as your baby you would put this on your baby's feet, and they would see it in this direction, and as they move their feet and do all their little movements, they would hear this little rattle sound, which was super cute. And my son really loved these. He kept moving his feet because he couldn't understand what it was that was making this sound when it was his feet the entire time. Of course, as he got older, he learned what it was, and those would not stay on his feet anymore. So I think you'll definitely know when they've outgrown this. But these are super cute to get. Just anything that will stimulate your child's learning ability, you know, their sensory, their senses, you know, hearing, sight, smell. So I think these are a great thing to add to your registry, you know, just cute little gifts that you could give your baby in the beginning. So this is similar to the rattle socks, except these can be strapped to your child's hand. So you would basically strap it right here to their hand, and it also has a little rattle bell situation. I just want you to get a close-up of what this looks like. This one's a little donut, and this one has a little, this one is a little monkey. So they're super cute. You strap them in on your kid's hand, and basically as they move and wiggle and do all this cute stuff, it's gonna make a sound. There's actually 2 more. We have this one which says for Santa. It's like a milk jug. And then we have this other little character right here as well. So next and last on my list is the Cradle Cap Brush. I think this was one of my favorites. Obviously, not every child gets Cradle Cap, but my son did. I wasn't really sure what it was in the beginning, but it's basically your child's scalp shedding the old skin, sort of like dandruff, like how we get dandruff in our hair. So it's the same thing for babies, just takes a little longer to go away, and it's super, you know, their head is super sensitive. So I don't know if you remember, if you follow my couples channel, but on our couples channel, me and my husband bought me a subscription box, but for when you're pregnant, I got this Cradle Cap Brush in that subscription. So it's shaped like a fish. It has this little suction part right here on the opposite side, so it can suction to, you know, whatever it is you want to suction it to. But it has the little bristles. Basically, it has little bristles. It's a brush, and I usually use the suction part as a holder like this, and you would just massage into your child's scalp, and this will basically help the old skin to basically detach itself and basically move as it's ready to come out. You definitely don't want to force this because this head is super sensitive, but basically this brush was just heaven when it came to that. So you use, and it's super soft, so you can use it on their head every time at bath time and just use it with their regular shampoo or whatever it is you would use in their hair, and this will help get rid of the cradle cap. Slowly but surely it will get rid of it. So this is super cool. This is one of my favorite products. So I'm pretty sure you can find this probably on Amazon or, you know, one of those sites. So yeah, it's a cradle cap brush. I'm sure there's other products that they offer for that, but this one I basically got for free and I basically used it. But it's, I know, obviously I know this one works for sure because I used it, and this is super cool. So I would definitely suggest that you get that. I definitely did not have anything on my registry for cradle cap. I had no idea what that was. If your child has cradle cap, then you definitely need a brush like this. It will really be helpful. These are like my favorite products so far as a mom. Of course, as my son is getting older, we're purchasing new products, we're getting new things, but I believe from the time he was born up until 6 or 7 months, these are the products that I used all the time, round the clock, and they helped so much. So just wanted to share with you guys my recommendations and let you guys know what, you know, your girl has been using. So if any of these products seem like something that you need or something that you think will be helpful for your child, then I would definitely suggest that you get them. I will try to link everything down below. I'll try my best. If I'm not able to link the products, I will leave the name down below and the company that it's from, and you can go ahead and search or find something similar to it. But I hope you guys enjoyed your girl's video today. I'm gonna be bringing you guys more videos like this, more mommy videos. If there's a particular video that you want to see your girl do, leave it in the comment section below. Let me know what you would like to see. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.